Hello there, Chris here from Becker's Models, and welcome to a review of this fantastic book I just got a day or two ago in the mail, straight from the United States. And first up, a warning, I've got my chickens outside, I've got my dog inside chewing on a bone, and I've got my cat going crazy upstairs, so excuse the interruptions. In fact, Penny... If you've been following my build of Academy's CH-53E Super Stallion, you'll notice that I've had to go to quite a lot of effort to detail it up, to get the details right, because the kit itself is quite old and lacks a lot of detail. It's very unlike any of Academy's recent kits. This book by Mason Dupnik, I hope I've pronounced your name correctly, I apologise if I haven't, by CAVU Publications. It's their first book out there. I'm going to do a review on this. It came to me straight from the US, as I said, from my now best mate in the world, Ramon, who I said, yeah, Chris, you're going to love this book, go forth and do awesome things. I shall give it the best shot, mate. It's an amazing book, and if you... you know, there are a few books out there for us modelers who like to go a little bit crazy, the AMS, the Advanced Modeling Syndrome, and, you know, this one is one of them where it breaks down literally every single part of the aircraft, of the helicopter, into extremely well detailed reference photos. And that's the whole point of this book. The whole point of this book is not to provide a history of the aircraft, or to, you know, to have it full of just some, you know, good reference photos that are wide shot, but to actually go into some detail. So we're talking, you know, really high definition, close up detail shots of specific areas, and all collated in a logical way. So, you know, starting with the front with the cockpit, comparing the older versions to current ones, all the upgrades that you see, and then throughout the notes, and they're very well done. It's annotated extremely well. You've got numbered photos. Thank you very much. The author explains what parts are what, so you get a really good education. And have had to be educated myself, of course. And I'll skip to the bits that I'm working on because I won't show you every photo. That's not fair. You have to go buy the book. Let's go to. I'll just skip ahead. Okay, I'm doing the engines at the moment, for example, and these photos have been absolutely godsend because I've been trying to fix the res kit aftermarket pieces, which perhaps the designers should have got this book first before they designed those air inlets, because they didn't do a very good job, and I've had to do a lot of fixing. So let's move forward to, here we go, to the propeller system, the blades, and the rotor head. And now this has been a lifesaver. Getting a photo like this, I've been able to get lots of, you know, reference photos off the internet, and there are plenty there, and you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why do I need to buy, you know, a fairly expensive book when I can just go right click save, do a Google search? Well, and I've got hundreds of reference photos that I've saved. I mean, I might be old school, I'm nearly 50 years old, for God's sake, but I'm not a, you know, what do you call it, a millennial, whatever. I love to have a physical hard copy of a book, fully curated, everything there. I can open up, and I've had this book open since I've got this book in the mail. I've had it open on my bench, and it's been, like I said, it's been a godsend. And to be able to open the book up and see a full photo like that, do a little illustration yourself on the side to give you a hand of what you want, what you need to do, instead of going back and forth to a computer, or having an iPad sitting there on the bench, which, you know, it's handy, I guess, but nothing beats being able to open the book out and looking at detail like this. And the photos are done extremely well. They're super high detailed and super clear. This is, you know, the age we live in. We've got high definition. Even phone cameras give you amazing photos. Here's that photo of if you want to use the res kit as a standalone, you know, you want to do a little model display. There it is on its little gurney. The rotor head, the gearbox, and the whatever. So let's just skip through a little bit. And I can show you, okay, if you like to do your aircraft wheels down, there's plenty of wheels down references, and funnily enough, I will be doing mine wheels down. And then we get to the area that I'm doing, that I haven't seen anyone else do yet with the Academy CH-53E. I have seen people add extra details, like some of these, the mounting points for the blades, you know, putting in these extra panels, adding the extra, I can't remember what they're called, the infrared systems and so forth. But I haven't seen anyone attempt this. And that's the stress skin. See all the stress skin, the oil canning that some people call, because these, oh, look at that one over there. Ugh. Yeah, it looks like a typical American after he's had a few hamburgers. It's a bit stretchy. There are so many details of the external parts of this aircraft, and it's one thing that's sorely lacking in the Academy kit. There's no rivet detail whatsoever, and lots of people have used, and that's the only one I've seen so far, people are using recess rivets from a Ponce wheel, like Rosie the Riveter or whatever, but I'm using, if you check out my build, I've started from the tail. The only way to eat an elephant is to use Archer rivets, or you can use Quinta now that Archer are out of production, or HGW, which I don't really like that much, but yeah, it's adding the raised rivets and doing the stress skin. See if I can get another photo of the stress skin details. Oh, I'm skipping forward here. Well, there we go. That's a fantastic one here, showing some details of the ramp. But as you can see, the surface on all of these helicopters, every single one, there's not one that's missing. They've all got some sort of stress skin going on, and this is one of the best reference books I've seen to show that off. And how do I do that? Well, I'll show you that in a future video, because I'm literally just about to start it. I'd wished I had some of these photos with me when I did the the ramps, the inside of the cabin, and you know, underneath here as well, getting the rivet pattern, because you know, you're trying to work that out by looking at photos on the internet and trying to make your own sketches, where I could have just gone straight off these. There's some amazing photos here. It's just every little part has that for a full-on front-on shot. You know, if you want to fold your blades, that's just fantastic. It's just great. In fact, I was looking for that photo because I need to add some of this hinge detail here. I don't know if you can see that just in there on these. I'm doing these engine pods right now, and like I said, I'm fixing the res kit nacelles, which are, I think, oversized and not the right shape. Moving on, let's have a look. We've got the tail, which I've already done. Okay, again, this would have been a godsend if I'd had that at the time. Even includes detail of inside the tail boom mechanism, how that works, how it deploys. Yeah, it's just amazing. So let's just skip forward a little bit more. Lots of tail pictures, and we've got internal photos. Now, I scratch built most of the internal detail here from mine, but this would have been amazing to have these. And yeah, again, if you're going to build this model, I mean, really, you don't have to, but it really should be weathered, because these things are dirty as, and these are some fantastic under the skirt photos here, rappelling down here and lifting. Like I said, these helicopters get under so much stress. That's what, by lifting all these heavy loads, that's why they've got, the skin has been oil canned. I mean, look at all this. Look at all these photos. I mean, it just goes on and on. I won't show you every single one. That's not fair, but oh my God, it's an AMS, an Advanced Modeler Syndrome dream to get all these sort of photos, and it just keeps going. Look at that. Now we got cockpit photos. It's all covered. I don't see the point in getting any other reference book. If you're going to tackle this, you know, you go to the Academy in 148. There's the Italeri, the Wolf Packs in 172. Yeah, there's no need. There's no need to get any other reference book. It's all here. It's all done for you. You can decide what level of detail you want to add. It's got at the back, I'm just about to get to the back of the book, it's now got some great photos of some non-grey, if you don't want to do all over grey. And he also explains the camouflage numbers as well, the FS numbers, Federal Standard numbers are all listed there. So if you want to match your colours, I mean, look at this one. This is one of the test birds, which is multicoloured green. I've got a few photos of this one I've saved elsewhere, but these are fantastic, showing how the green has faded and all the hydraulic leaks that come out, because these things leak like a sieve. They're you know, if you've been around helicopters, you know that they leak. They're not pristine. If you're one of these people who say, oh, you know, aircraft are clean, the crew chief, no crew chief ever. No, not with these ones, okay? They get covered with exhaust, they get covered with hydraulic leaks. There's a very humorous story of a German paratroopers doing some cross-training with Marines, and you know, they get onto they board the back, and there's hydraulic fluid everywhere, and the Germans are like scared as, they're like, oh, this plane's about to crash, it's leaking everywhere. And the American crew chief just looks at them and goes, no, this is what they're like, don't worry about it, just wipe it off when you're finished. So yeah, here we go. We get some great photos of some of the different marks, some of the different types. I mean, look at that, that's a fantastic reference photo. Look how all the exhaust is going over that stressed skin, and all the the staining. I think there's some other ones here. We get the HMX one. That's the VIP transport ones if you want to do an all green glossy version, and some of the other the Vertrep ones that we used in the 90s. Painted the overall 36081, and then we get the photo credits, and then we get the end. Go and buy this. It is an amazing reference book. It's quite slim. It's only 100 pages, but it's 100 pages of gold. It's just, if I wish I had one of these books for every subject that I want to go nuts on in my stash, and I've got quite a few that I want to go really keen on getting to super detail. So again, I must thank Ramon for sending this to me. What a great bloke, fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm trying to pay it forward here by showing this book to all of you out there who might be interested in doing this subject, or just might be interested in the helicopter itself and want to have a look at the details of it. It's an amazing piece of machinery, amazing piece of engineering. And with that, I can't think of anything else to say, but highly recommended. Go buy it, and if you find one of the Rare is a Rocking Horse Poo Academy kits, and I tell you what's going to happen, by the time I finish super detailing up mine, Academy are going to re-release it, aren't they? Or someone's going to bring out a hyper-detailed 172, 3D printed version that's just perfect, because there's really there's nothing out there that comes close. So yeah, a few more little looks. I can't get over how good these photos are. Oh, even looking at, with the APU there, the auxiliary power plant, putting in those details, and gotta stop. Anyway, there it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.